What's going on, everybody? This is Carlos, your host of the Just Fans podcast. I am joined here today from the most comfortable retirement home in Houston. We got Rios in the house. What's up, Rios? How's it going, bud?
I sense the jealousy, sir. Look,
I,
we had the best snacks here, so.
yeah, the best snacks. I got to change my camera because it's acting up. So give me 1 second. And then today we're joined by one of the few Cowboys fans that we tolerate. Also, one of the few Rangers fans that we tolerate. Clearly, our number one fan of this show, Alan. How's it going, bud?
Feels like I just got out of hibernation, but I'm doing good today. So it's
Did
a
you
long
enjoy
time
your...
coming. I've been hoping to get on here, so I'm excited for this.
Well, that's all the time we had today for Alan.
Bye.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
It's about as much Texas as you could stand at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking
so,
of which, the only team that matters in Texas.
Yeah, the Houston Astros, the only team with a championship, by the way.
It's not one, but two.
Yeah. Of course, Ed in Columbus comes up and says, 5-5 now. Go Guardians. Shut up, Ed. I'm kidding.
Ed, you're blocked.
Ed is blocked forever. Put that on us.
I know Poppy's not here yet, but in his spirit,
who?
In his spirit, fuck the Cardinals. If it hadn't been for
that's right, y'all are losing against the Cardinals, right?
If it hadn't been for David Freese, we would have at least had one ring.
Yeah, and then we got Mr. First Down saying, "Ah, snap! I can hear him right now with his. I'm pretty sure he's wearing his boas too and everything.
Oh
yeah.
Drinking his Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, and he hasn't cleaned his beard in like 3 weeks.
No,
about a week.
I was gonna say he's on the new show now, so he had to clean his beard. Remember?
That's right. Oh, that's right. He is on a new Let's Talk Sports show. That's right.
No more store snacks in there.
Botkins and the Fanatics. So he had to shave it down. And of course, we got ourselves Mitch. He says, "What's up, guys? Can't stand the Astros. Yes, he's still sore from his Phillies losing to us in the World Series. We love you, Mitch." By the way, giving y'all a heads up, we want to give a big shout out to the Let's Talk Sports network. Thank you, Dan, for everything you do. Dan the man. Of course, Hardcore Sports Network with Mitch. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you so much, Mitch. Go check out the Hardcore Sports Network. And of course, a new partner with Let's Talk Sports, Sideline Sports. Check them out. Please give them a follow. Man, that's a mouthful. Anyway, so
the world.
Yeah. Oh, apparently. So, hey, is this true? I heard that you're an Eagles fan. Mitch is also saying the same thing.
Apparently so. It keeps getting passed around like, it's one of Rios' exes, but
Rios. I like how he's like evil laughing at it too. Like, yes, that is exactly what happened. Dude. Man, Alan's coming in with a zingers today. Ouch. Man. Is it so?
He's like, I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I can't argue against it.
All right, let's not talk about your exes anymore. All right, so really quick, Alan, how do you really think your Rangers are going to stay at the top of the AL West?
I mean,
no, be honest. Like, what do you think?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I think it's going to be a back and forth between them and Houston the entirety of the season because Houston's just too good not to at least be in that conversation. And like I said, they guys have a much better bullpen than us right now. So that's one advantage I give you. But I think with how our offense is built, even though they kind of shit the bed tonight, they can usually score. They average like 6-7 runs a game at this point, and they have the highest run differential. So that alone kind of keeps them afloat in that conversation. Plus, it's the best 60 game start that they've had in franchise history, which is miles ahead of where I thought they would be this year. I thought they'd be at least where the Angels are right now. Yeah. I figured that's where they would be at right now. I mean, kudos to Bruce Bochy and what he's done with his organization. And we talk about it all the time on our baseball show on Tuesdays, is that the one thing Texas really needed was a swift kick in the ass. and Bruce Bochy did that to them this year. So you weren't going to get that out of Chris Woodward, but so which is kind of funny because this is basically the same team from last year. If you take away, Nate Eovaldi and DeGrom, but
DeGrom, which that already happened.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and so I was gonna. Well, then the thing about it is this: the thing that I was actually impressed with the Rangers is the fact that you guys basically lost DeGrom to Tommy John, but you're not really. It seems like it doesn't really affect you guys as much. Is that true? Like it's not really much of a big because y'all were even without
keyword
yet. So because even without them,
the big thing is it'll affect us financially for sure because of the contract they gave him. But his last game that he pitched was in April 28th. The Rangers have been 25-9 since.
Yeah, since y'all.
But then Rios mentioned the cupcake schedule. It may be cupcake at some points, but it's a damn good cupcake. I'll say that for sure.
I mean, I gotta admit though, it is y'all do have a much easier schedule though, right? Like y'all do have a much easier schedule.
It gets tougher from here on out though.
It's gonna get a little tougher right now, as I kind of mentioned. We're taking on Tampa Bay right now, so we got a 3-game series with them. So if I'll be happy if we at least take one game from them. If we take one game from them, I'll be happy. It's kind of how I felt, when we played Atlanta about a month or so ago. It was like if we took one game, did well in a couple of the other games, and that even though they won the series, but still was able to take a couple games in there. I didn't expect to take 2 from Baltimore. I didn't expect to, sweep Seattle because I thought Seattle was starting to get a little bit better. We ended up sweeping them out, so. And as you guys know, division games, no matter how good or bad a team is, they're always tough.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So we got Mitch that said, "Much respect to you guys. Much respect to you, Mitch. It's all fun and games." And of course, you got Mr. First Down telling you, "Alan, I'm so proud of you. Rios' ex-comment, color me impressed." Wow.
I mean, come on, that's low hanging fruit. Let's do better, guys.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so. One thing that you guys do have is y'all do get on base a lot. Like y'all get on base a lot, and I think y'all have the best record in the MLB about that, like getting on base. So that's been like very helpful for you guys in the long run. Right now, what I like about our with the Astros is we got the best pitching on. I think we have the lowest ERA, right? For the in baseball right now. Yeah.
And
so
it's funny we criticize the pitching, but still the best in baseball, which is. Again, we're spoiled as fans sometimes. Like,
of course,
I know it's like a 3.2 or something ERA. It might have gone up now after today, but like still, no one's like close as far as second place. Like,
right. So now I know what Yankees fans feel like.
30 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. So no. So what I was going to ask you. So what do you guys think you guys are going to get during the trade deadline? Like, what's going to be your biggest? What the Rangers need to do in the trade deadline?
I know people are saying another starter at least, but I think maybe they'll go get a bullpen guy. I know some people. I would think if they do get a starter, they'll probably move Dane Dunning back into the bullpen, which is where he's thrived at. But he hasn't been a bad starter either, so I would be fine with either or. I know we get Glenn Otto back at the end of the month, probably at some point, which would help. But I would say maybe a bullpen arm, a starter, maybe even if we can afford it. So that would be where we end up going. I don't see them going to get a bat because I think they're comfortable with what the lineup is right now.
Right. The way I see it now is once because I think we go Astros face the Rangers. I want to say I think it's last week of June, early July. If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. It's somewhere around there.
And it's at Minute Maid Park 2, which is over there in Globe Field. Seriously, it looks the same.
The heart of South Oklahoma.
Yeah. I think we go against each other. And honestly, it's at a point where I feel like the winner gets to keep Nolan Ryan for like a weekend.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah. Winner keeps Nolan Ryan, y'all.
Yeah.
No, nonetheless. It's going to heat up. And like you said, so do you honestly, going back to that question, do you feel like it's like you guys are going to keep it up with in the AL West, or do you guys feel like eventually all this is going to catch up to you because of the quote unquote cupcake schedule that you guys have?
I think we can keep up. I think they have a good enough offense that they can play with anybody. And you've seen guys like step up, like Nate Eovaldi, who's been basically our ace of the staff this year and what he's been able to accomplish. Can't wait to see him pitch. I think it's him and McClanahan tomorrow, so that'll be a good matchup. And then, Perez is still being Perez, and John Gray has been pitching well. Bullpen, as I mentioned, struggles here and there, but offensively, I think we have enough firepower to keep up in the AL West and kind of maybe not maintain first place, but at least stick around with Houston enough to make it a race going toward the end.
No, agreed. Next shift, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Interesting, but I don't see it. They're going to fall off eventually because that's what South Oklahoma does. They fall off when it matters most.
Can you tell that Rios is biased?
Yeah. Well, also, if it was Chris Woodward, I would have agreed with you. But because it's Bruce Bochy and he's won 3 World Series, I'm a little optimistic at this point.
Let's just say they said the same thing about the Yankees last year. Team of destiny. How did that turn out?
Sweep. Yeah, well, Aaron Boone isn't exactly the sharpest knife in the crown box either.
Aaron Boone is not. Yes, I'll agree with that one. Aaron Boone is not the sharpest knife at the.
Well, that and Aaron Judge didn't have the Goldilocks balls in the
That
playoffs.
Is true. That is true.
Made a huge difference.
No, wait a minute. He did have the Goldilocks balls in the playoffs. Remember against the Astros.
Didn't feel like it.
No, yeah.
Well, and now he's out, so the Yankees might be.
How long is he out for?
He's on the. I think I saw he's on the 10-day, but they're not sure how long he's actually going to be out. He might have a broken foot, is what I heard.
Oh snap! Okay.
No, I think a broken toe, but he's gonna be out.
It's gonna be out for a while.
At least 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. Rios, you had a broken toe once when we used to play soccer. How long were you out for?
About 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, it's like you were never gone.
Fun fact: I broke it 3 times that same 12 months.
Is that? I remember that. That's what we used to play soccer, and so that happened to him. And I remember we thought he was playing it off because it's soccer, and so he like took off his sock, and that thing was disgusting.
Yeah, it
was all kind of purple. That was gross.
It got worse the next day.
It looked like Thanos. That's how bad it looked. It was bad.
Pretty much. Same size too.
Same size, yeah. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I remember that. And that's I remember we rolled him in a wheelchair. Remember that? So we rolled him in a wheelchair because he couldn't really walk. So then we ended up putting him in a corner, and then all of us were enjoying the game while he was in a corner. He couldn't move. So that was the best part.
Yeah, they locked the wheelchair. I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
just like every other elderly Mexican grandparent, you just put him in the corner.
Oh,
let him enjoy the show.
We've all seen the movie Coco. We know what it's about. So yes.
Anyway, glimpses of my future, apparently.
Give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens in 2 weeks.
Turn my chair around.
I want to see the pretty view. No. So yeah, we're done. Anyway, yeah. So honestly, right now our Astros, we're kind of going through a little bit of injury bug. How is the whole Jordan thing? Do you know, Rios? Because I know he said yesterday.
It's a 10-day IL. They said he's oblique, so hopefully he misses the same amount of time as Altuve. But the way that they described it might be longer than Altuve's injury.
Yeah, we need that, man. So that's right there. The Rangers better take advantage if we can, because that he's going to be out. That's a weapon that we need. Abreu scored a home run today.
It's going to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
rain, then snow, and then be hot again.
Sounds like a regular Texas day. Rain, snow, sleet, all at once.
Well, we don't get snow here in Houston. In South Oklahoma, they get snow.
We've gotten snow. Not to like how they get snow, but like
the city shut down, so we don't need snow.
Yeah, we get all four seasons in one day.
Yeah, no,
But the good thing is I have a 4x4, so nothing's stopping me.
No one cares about your truck that you complain about your gas. Remember that when you started complaining about, like, oh, I got this big old truck, and then suddenly, like, he started complaining. Remember when you complained about your gas prices when they were like really high?
Yeah, it was like $5 a gallon. Of course, I won't complain.
Yeah, and that's why you don't. That's why you get a car, like Poppy and I.
You say that now. You say that now. Wait till hurricane season when there's floods.
No, wait till I need.
Who are you gonna call?
Hey, wait till I need to move something. Like, hey, Rios, I just bought this couch. Can you help me?
Yeah, exactly. You can't do that in a car.
No, I cannot. Oh man. So Alan, let's talk a little bit of Ed in Columbus keeping us up with the score. Houston up 6-5 on the guards. Must be cheating again. Where's the garbage cans, y'all? Where's the garbage
Bang bang.
bang, bang, baby. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, baby. No,
Just
Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, that's exactly. No, what was I gonna say? I lost track of what I was gonna say. I lost track of what I was gonna say. I totally forgot. Anyway, Rangers suck. Nonetheless. No. Oh, that's what it was. Alan, so give us a little insight. How long or how did you get in contact with like Dan? Like how did you like come up with a whole Let's Talk Sports thing? Like how do you come to be?
So I'm part of a Facebook group here locally that, Community of Sports, if anybody wants to check that out on Facebook. But Keith Engel, who was a big fan who's a big follower of Let's Talk Sports as well, did his show on our group, and I kind of started watching it. And there was one time I just kind of like popped in on his show, and he let me be on his show, and then that just kind of started the whole trend of. And then Dan reached out, and here we are, pretty much. So,
wow, that's awesome. Yeah, no, Dan has been helpful to like all of us and stuff like that to get started. And
he found us on the street corner.
No, we found you in a street corner. That's what we did. We found you in a street.
I was gonna say it's better than the Home Depot.
Yeah. No, so here's the thing. Well, pretty close. No, so that's the thing we were like I told the thing I always say it all the time here in the show. So Rios was only supposed to be a guest when we first started. The show started with Poppy and I. And it was just supposed to be like Rios as a guest. He was technically our first guest, but the dude never left. And he's still here.
And now I'm the star of the show.
No, you're not. I don't know why we still keep him.
He's the crazy Mexican uncle you keep at the back of the house.
And the thing is, he's not even.
I'm America's drunk uncle.
Pedro
Pascal is America's dad. I'm America's drunk uncle.
You know what? I'll give you that. You're America's drunk uncle.
Thank you.
Good job. Do you feel proud of yourself?
I do actually.
Okay.
I'm changing my name now to America's Drunk Uncle.
Change it. Hold on. Let me see if I can change his name. America's Drunk Uncle on his thing. Hold on. Give me 1 second. In the meantime, man, those Rangers are trash, aren't they?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I mean they are today. Don't get me wrong, but
Astros winning, Rangers losing, all's right in the world.
Yeah, it's like we can everybody can go back to living their normal life now that the Rangers are losing. I'll take it any day.
America, we back, baby.
We back, baby. We back on top. Oh man, yeah. No, nonetheless. So, unfortunately, you're also a Cowboys fan. How's that working out for you?
27 years of mind-blowing suffering. Nothing too crazy.
That's all.
Oh, I mean,
I thought it was longer.
27.
I thought it was longer.
Well. I don't even know how to describe it at this point. It's just, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the Cowboys, but it is a little surprising considering their resources, the players they've had. Like a blind squirrel can find a nut. The Cowboys cannot. They are worse than a blind squirrel.
Yeah, it's just,
and we've seen plenty of them.
It's like I expect a little bit more. Usually, like I thought. This year they could have at least gotten to the NFC Championship game, but right. Once again, offense doesn't show up in the biggest moments that it needs to. I mean, defense did. Defense did for sure. I mean, we're the only defense. We're the only defense aside from Purdy getting injured in the NFC title game to shut down Brock Purdy. So,
yeah,
I mean,
your
there's
defense
good pieces
is
on defense.
and
your
that's
defense
why
is, yeah.
that's why I'm telling Charger fans right now, don't get too comfortable with Kellen Moore, because he might statistically, have top offenses every year, but when it's a big game and they need to win, they're not going to get it. Because it's the same thing that's happened 2 years in a row. You look at both losses to the 49ers the last 2 years in the playoffs. Offense didn't show up. Kellen Moore did not call a great game, and that's part of the reason why he's gone.
And Dak's gonna Dak.
Yeah.
I think he is overpaid game manager at this point.
I'd hate to agree with you, but at this point, it's kind of what it's feeling like. I do want to see what they look like with McCarthy running the show, but it'll be, if it's the same old, I'm gonna be like, you know what, it's probably Jerry at this point, because I can't.
I don't see
if McCarthy
I don't
could
see
win it with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron
Mhm.
Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in our lifetime. He could have won it with him. Like, how's he gonna do with that?
Well, see, the thing is this: I want to go back to what you said, Rios, about like Dak Prescott being a game manager. I agree with you 100%, because think about it. We've seen elite quarterbacks. We've seen Patrick Mahomes. We've seen Jalen Hurts. We've seen Joe Burrow. Like, I don't see Dak Prescott in that category. I just
he needs everything to be perfect to win. Like, he needs like his best season was his rookie year, basically. Like when Ezekiel Elliott at his absolute peak, top tier.
It was really the injury.
Yeah,
the ACL injury was really what has torn him apart these last few years. And you can see it because he ran a lot more before he got hurt. So and now you take that out of his game, he's just a middle of the road quarterback now.
How do you see yourselves? I mean, obviously, let's be honest. Most likely, the Eagles are going to win the division, right?
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. So,
I mean, there's still going to be a chance, because there's a few things about Philly that I'm concerned with, but I think overall, in the consensus of it, I think Philly's still going to win the division.
What concerns
you about Philly? Like, wait a minute, like, they have the best offseason.
Their offensive line is aging. I don't trust. I'm a Sooner fan. Remember, Lane Johnson has not been the healthiest throughout the last couple years, so that might be an issue. I think them losing CJ Gardner-Johnson was a huge blow, because you look at what he did in that secondary. Whenever he went down in the game at Dallas, that's when Dak started picking apart the Eagles secondary. So that concerns me a little bit. And then of course both their running backs are injury prone. So it's just little snippets here and there. I still think they have the talent. I still think they have the team around Jalen to keep afloat and be the top team in not just the NFC East, but probably the NFC in general. But those are just like little nagging concerns that I have.
I mean, they're basically the Georgia Bulldogs North. They got half that school and the mascot.
When you see the Eagles, the G is definitely the G from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But they took that Bulldog.
They're about to take the Bulldog with them as well. The Philadelphia Bulldogs, man.
I'll say there's a chance. I'll say there's a chance that we can overtake them, because history is on our side, because nobody's won this division back to back since 2004. But it just seems like everything favors Philadelphia at this point. So
yeah, I mean, what did we talked about earlier? A few episodes ago, it was like the rich get richer. Remember?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mahomes and the Chiefs, they do the same thing. Now it's the Eagles. So I think I predicted with Tanner when he was on. I was like, I think it's going to be Eagles and Chiefs one more time for like another Super Bowl. That's what I was thinking. I don't see anybody else, unless, I mean, the AFC right now is stacked with quarterbacks. Like, the AFC has the quarterbacks. You got the Jets with Rodgers. Lamar Jackson's still with the Ravens. You got Joe Burrow there. We got maybe Russell Wilson might show something this year. We don't know. I feel confident in and then even the AFC South. I mean, I don't feel confident at all with Will Levis with the Titans. I don't. That's kind of funny to me. Take that, Mr. First Down. I see maybe Richardson might do something. There's a possibility, even though the Colts are in shambles right now.
Yeah.
He'll at
So
least hit the roof a couple times.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
for sure. He'll get like a taste. He'll get a taste in the AFC.
I
Whatever.
think
NFC
I think
South.
he'll be fun to watch, but winning games, I don't
Mm.
like. Just
Mhm.
looking at his tape from Florida, I just don't see it,
and
man.
hopefully Sam's not chugging a bottle of mayo right now.
Right. Exactly. We got then we have CJ. I think CJ Stroud is he has
I like
potential.
CJ a lot.
I like CJ. He's been killing it in OTAs also. So him and Tank Dell or even Mitch, I think we were talking with a little bit with Scott Coben and Johnny Cruz yesterday when my light bill went out.
Yep.
And I think it was we were talking about that and we were talking about like he asked us. I think Scott asked us who
What we
who
thought
we
about
feel
both
is
of those guys, yeah.
Tank or Mechie, and we were just kind of like we feel like they might battle out for wide receiver one or whatnot. Tank Dell's killing it right now with in OTAs also. There was a report that came out. They were saying, "Hey, Tank Dell
Might
is
be
a
the steal of the
steal.
draft.
It was a steal in the draft," and so I'm happy for it because
I
but
wanted him, from like the
yeah,
get go, like, cause man, I was getting the
local
last 2 years
kid.
UH, and like I said, he could play. He's 5'8", but or 5'6", or he's short, but he can play in the outside. He can play in the slot, and he's not afraid of taking a hit. He's skinny kid, but he could take. He reminds me of Steve Smith, just fearless down the middle,
Yeah.
fearless.
And like the thing is this, he can open up the defense. He can open up defenses also. Just open up the field. Give CJ Stroud, something to work with there. So I like that. And then we got Nico Collins, who I firmly believe that the reason Nico Collins, I think this is what, third year now. Rios he's entering the third year, right?
Yep.
I mean, the last 2 years he's only had Davis Mills as a quarterback. So this year, like now, he has a quarterback that can throw to him.
I think this is his last chance.
It's make or break. Make or
If he
break.
doesn't, Hutchinson's another one. He might steal snaps from Nico just because they're the same type of receiver. But
Yeah.
This kid's good, man, and he's hungry. So we'll see.
Yeah. So that's where we're at in the Texans.
And you got a
as far as that
security
goes.
blanket now in Dalton Schultz. So
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We got your boy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you for Cooks too, by the way.
Eh,
Even though he technically didn't get traded, but
yeah, you can keep him. Like you can keep him.
He'll quit by week 10.
Yeah, he'll walk out. Like, yeah, no, he was he just wasn't happy here, and it just kind of begs to think. Like I think now this is all speculation.
They made promises to him, and when Easterby got fired, they didn't follow through on those promises.
Yeah. So they got him during Jack Easterby and Bill O'Brien were still running the show over there. So yeah, like Real said, it could be they they did some stuff with Easterby and they just didn't follow through once Easterby was let go, with rightfully so. Of course, that's speculation. We're just shooting it there.
Got the bad man out finally.
Yeah, thank God. That's when I knew. Okay, so I was telling Rios and them, like I told Rios and them, there was an episode that we recorded. I told the guys, hey, it wasn't even on a regular scheduled like day. I just texted them, hey, we gotta go on like today.
It was a day when Easterby got fired.
Yeah,
it's a day.
So
weight was lifted off our shoulders.
Well, see, I told the guys
the day of praise and
the day of praise. Yeah, when Easterby got fired, dude, from the Texans, like. That to me was like, okay, that's the first step in the right direction. Like now, I was technically silently protesting, not that it mattered, the team. I just wasn't buying
you don't matter, sir.
It's like Washington fans currently with Dan Snyder.
Yeah. Well,
they're singing praises on his grave right now.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I wasn't buying new Texans gear at all, and I'm always happy to buy new Texans gear, like either whatever it is. But once he was let go, dude, I went to Academy nearby and I just got like whatever first Texans thing I got. I was happy. I was proud. It was the first step, but now they're moving in the right direction. I'm happy with what we're having right now. It feels good to.
We have hope.
Yeah, there's hope, and you haven't had hope in a long time as a Texans fan.
Since January of 2020, the last time we felt hope as Texans fans.
Well, I mean. Remember then when we had hope and they got taken away once like Lovie Smith won that game? and put us down to third. But you know what? It's okay.
I will say this.
Still
Maybe it's
lucked
a
out with
blessing.
the best quarterback.
I would say
Right.
this, winning that. I think this may be a blessing in disguise.
It was I think it may be a blessing in disguise too.
because CJ might end up being the better two quarterbacks.
Yeah,
And you got Will Anderson, so
and Will
Because
Anderson.
think about it,
so-
we got I was gonna say like we got Will Anderson like
that was
And
an epic
CJ.
moment. That was an epic moment, by the way, Rios, when you
It
called.
was.
Yeah, when you called it right there, that was good. That goes in the books.
That
That's
goes
a
in
good
the
one.
history books for sure.
Yeah. No, that was good stuff. Rios, what's the score right now? Do you have the score on you for Astros and Guardians? Is it still 6-5?
it is. Yep, still 6-5, bottom of the ninth.
Okay, let's keep it up. I like how he said like what was it, Ed in Columbus? He's like, must be cheating again. I love it. I love it when and this is not towards Ed, but for those that really like talk mess about the Astros doing that, I'm like, okay,
It warms the
get
heart.
over it. It warms the heart. It warms. I was like, oh yes, your tears taste so good. Like they're delicious.
It warms the heart. Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, who else hasn't cheated in baseball?
Bro,
It's
it happens.
It's been a part of
often,
baseball since the Industrial Revolution.
which Rios was a part of.
I was the first person to clock in.
Hey guys, we're doing the revolution today, right?
He was there. He was there for the invention of all the major
Yeah.
sports.
Exactly. He was.
I
He was.
was there for the light bulb.
Him,
Hey,
him,
this
and-
is- I got a bright idea for you.
him and Scott were putting the peach basket up. They
Jeez.
were setting up the goal nets. All
Hey.
that good stuff.
Hey,
Hey,
Rios,
don't-
what was
Go ahead.
Tesla like?
He was a very charming man.
Was he?
Very, very, very witty.
What about Edison? How was he like?
He was a douche.
What he
Uh,
was?
A douche,
That's funny.
a douche, and a thief.
Got it. Okay, that's what happened. Yeah. No. You're stupid. Like you're stupid. I can't. And it's crazy because like I egg him on too, and because I know he's gonna say something dumb. But yeah.
And it's
so,
funny. I'm the youngest looking person. They make all these old jokes.
You what?
I'm the youngest looking person, and you make all these old jokes.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. Like I got the grays over here and everything. I'm not even. I'm done. How are you? Are you getting your grays already, Alan?
Yeah, on the side, I'm starting to get
Just
great.
start looking like Doctor Strange out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And me,
Yeah,
no
dude.
grace.
Yeah, shut up. That's because you dye your hair, dude. That's why. Don't give me that. Oh, I don't have any grays. You know you dye your hair. I've
Yeah,
been in your house.
I dyed it black by
Yeah,
accident,
if he didn't, he'd be all white, just
Yeah.
like Gandalf.
Gandalf. Rio's the gray.
Rio's the white.
Rio's the white. Jeez, man. Yeah. So how did you, Alan? I forgot. So I know you had Rios on your show once. I remember that, right? I think y'all were talking.
Yeah.
You were doing like a.
it was the draft show.
The draft show. Okay. Yeah. So how did you? Because I know you're always like commenting on our stuff, and you always like laugh at the dumb things we do. We're like our only fan. How did you? How did you start watching our show? Like what made you like watch our show? I guess.
Well, it's just flipping through the network and whatnot, and of course the antics you guys get into is second to none, and when you guys are on with other shows like with Nick and with Tanner and all them, it's like,
Backins.
it's always
I love that, dude.
entertainment, so it's like you gotta if you guys haven't checked these guys out, you definitely should. Which
Me like us? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, go
definitely should. It is entertainment to its peak. So and I enjoy every second of it.
Well, Poppy's not here, so that makes it even better.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. No one cares about him.
I was so upset too because I had a counter.
Dude, okay.
ready- I had a counter on the side ready to go
How
for
many
every
times?
time he said "fuck the Cowboys."
Oh yeah, like I said, like I think I told you in one of the shows, and I think it was in your show when you were doing it with Scott Cove. I think it was a morning newsletter on Let's Talk Sports. I think I was messaging you guys and just coming on the comments, and you mentioned that how many times Poppy says that about the Cowboys, and I was like, it's funny because it's not just the Cowboys. He says it about
It's
the
the
Saints
Saints.
and the Raiders, but more specifically the Saints. He has a
I don't
He has
understand
a-
that one. That one's a little bizarre to me. And he's never
Oh.
explained why he hates the Saints.
Just has a huge hatred for the Saints.
Which is
So
again, he's a shitty human being, so I don't care what he does.
no one likes him. He smells horrid too. He smells like gasoline, and the unleaded kind.
And I can't understand a damn word he says.
What do we say? We used to come up with. So I used to have intros for them back before we started doing like the YouTube stuff. Every episode that we were doing on we still do them on Apple and Spotify, but I used to have random introductions for like Rios and Poppy for like anything, and so a lot of the times I would say the man that requires all the translation in the world, Poppy, or ladies and gentlemen, get your Alexas ready. Poppy's going on, or and you're old enough to remember this, the SAP button. Remember when they used to watch like the SAP button, just like have the subtitles on.
You know how like they do reality shows, and for like the contestants they usually have, if you can't understand them, they'll just have subtitles. You should just do that for Poppy every time.
We should call him Venezuelan Harry Kane, because Harry Kane needs subtitles and he speaks English.
Yeah, exactly. We did were you there? I can't remember. Yeah, you were Rios there when we talked about how the translator for MLB, I'm sure you guys have those. Like everybody has a translator, and they translate half of the things that
maybe an eighth of it. It'll be a paragraph of words, and then it'll be a sentence.
He'll say you'll say anything about like how was like the game or whatever, and the translator will just he'll go off on a whole 4 paragraphs, whatever he said, and then the translator will say, "Oh, he played well. He's very happy to be here." Yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute, sign me up for that job. I could do that.
Right.
I could tell people that Yordan Alvarez is doing a great job, that he feels comfortable. All that, I'll do that.
I could bullshit the masses. Sign me up.
Oh, yeah. The biggest one that I know, Rios. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, man. So, I think are you into any other sports besides football and how do you call it?
I mean, I'll tap into NBA every now and then, obviously with the Thunder and all that good stuff. But I mean,
the Thunder, who have like 97 draft picks in the next 3 years.
We just got another one too. So
right.
All right, Rios and Allen, go for it. I'm gonna chill back here.
So I have a question. What is the plan with all those damn draft picks? Like, you can't draft all those players.
I don't know. I just know Sam Presti's just like stockpiling for the winter, or I don't. It's like, well, we were gonna have 4 next year, but I think they just traded 2 of them to Denver. And ended up they ended up getting
a first round 2029. Like,
yeah,
the NBA is so bizarre.
Man, they're go all the way to 2030.
They're getting picks for later drafts. They're getting investments into the future in case what they have doesn't work.
At this point, they're gonna have a draft pick for LeBron's grandson. At this point,
2058.
They're kind of doing
a draft pick for the kid that Jordan's kid has with Larsa Pippen. Like,
I was gonna say, are they trying to like get like a super team? Like I think when Harden was there, who else was in there?
That's the thing that they
remember when they had that whole team, and then they all went to like different.
They drafted all 3 of those guys.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is that what they're trying to do? But this time, keep them?
No one knows what the plan is.
Because like it just seems like, but it just seems like they're trying to keep a consistent team together, and if stuff doesn't work out, they'll have a plan for the future. It's kind of like what Golden State does. Build through the draft. You don't have to get that many free agents coming in. I mean, obviously KD was the exception, but
yeah, fuck KD.
Yeah, I agree.
That guy ruined basketball for like 3 years for me.
Really? How so? Explain.
So
he's still hated here in Oklahoma City.
Let's just say it's the equivalent of Michael Jordan joining the Lakers or the Celtics during the 80s when they were like dynasties.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, that kind of just. There's cupcakes and there's Kevin Durant. That's just
Probably the one man who's hated more than Kevin Durant here locally is probably Lincoln Riley, for a whole nother reason.
really.
Yeah,
What reason is that?
for him leaving Norman and the way he did going to USC was just I heard everything that had happened. It would, as a fan, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. Like
I can relate.
He wasn't going to tell anybody. He wasn't going to say anything. The team found out when the media found out. The athletic director and Bob Stoops both told him he had to go address the team before he left. Like, this was after Bedlam.
Really?
This was like right after Bedlam that year.
Oh man,
that had happened. He wasn't gonna. He was just gonna go into the night, not say anything to anybody on the team, and
just go about his business, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
I can relate. Because Tom Herman did something similar to UH. Like he was just didn't say a word to like the team found out from the media. He was leaving to go to UT.
When he was leaving to UT, right? Yeah, I remember that.
It cost them a bowl game. Like they were like obviously they weren't focused and they lost that game and.
Awful.
And look at him now. He's calling games for the Longhorns. Games.
I was gonna say like he was successful here at U of H, and then for a good part, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, like he made them kind of relevant, basically. Like
Astros and Guardians are tied.
Oh God!
And they're going to extra innings. No,
this is your fault.
Yeah.
No.
Somehow it's my fault.
You can just blame Sam like you always do.
Yeah,
it's his fault too.
You know what? It's Mr. First Down's fault. That slum buster.
I thought you called him Mr. Turnover on downs.
Mr. Turnover on first downs.
That too. Mr. Turnover on downs. Yeah. So Astros are tied up with the Guardians, going to extra innings. So much for the pitch clock. No, I'm just kidding. No. By the way, did y'all see? And again, I'm not too much into basketball like y'all are, but did y'all see Dwight Howard's announcement about the league he played, the team he plays for in Taiwan, that they wanted him to take a 65% pay cut next season?
I did.
And he complained. He was talking about it, and then like the comments were hilarious. The comments were like, "Well, yeah, bro, because you played 65%. You played us. You only had like 2 good games, so they're prorating you. Like they're prorating for the amount that you actually played." And he was talking about how he was disappointed that he felt like he brought value to the league over there in Taiwan. I guess because of his presence or name.
He did not.
Right.
I think at this point, Dwight Howard needs to be a pro wrestler.
Well, but what was funny is that like a couple of weeks ago, like somebody in the comment section said like, "Hey, wasn't this you like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago?" And it was like him calling over like all these players, CP3, come down here, James Harden, come down here. Like he was calling all these guys to go over there to Taiwan, and then now he's talking about how
it's so unfair he has to take a pay cut.
It's so unfair that he has to take. I mean, that's what happens. I'm not too much into basketball like you guys are, but if the whole sole reason that you're playing in Taiwan is probably the reason that maybe you're just not as, good as you once were.
Mm-hmm.
He has.
I mean, you can go back. I mean, you can go back to Dallas. That's a trash organization right now. So.
That's what actually somebody said the same thing too in the comments, like go back to Dallas or something like that. I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They might take him.
They'll knowing Mark Cuban.
How bad
anything at this point?
Yeah. When's the last time the Mavericks were actually really relevant? Wasn't it that long ago?
Probably when they won their title.
2011,
that was it, right?
12 years ago.
That's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's been a while. Man.
That's the South Oklahoma story. Living in the
happens, right? They haven't been relevant in a good while.
Which is funny because the next year after that is when we started getting on our run. So, and I think the first team we ended up beating that playoff that next year was Dallas. So,
oh really?
That really kind of sparked our run there. Which had it hadn't been for LeBron, fuck, we'll at least had one title. Again, fuck the Cardinals, fuck LeBron, fuck the Heat.
Hey, did we just get Poppy back or something? Because that's what it sounds like right now. As Alan is
Right.
talking, it sounds like Poppy's here. But you speak clearer, so that's what it,
I can understand what you're saying. Like, what? I'm confused.
yeah, man. Yeah, no, it's our teams are gonna be fun this year. I'm really looking forward to NFL season. I just
Mhm.
Oh
want it
yeah,
to start.
for the
I
first
know
time in 4 years.
Rios and I think we haven't missed training camps. It's been a good while. Well, since like the Texans, remember when they had Jack Easterby said that only people who had season tickets
Season
were only
tickets.
allowed
Yeah,
to go to training camp, and then as of last year, they're like, okay, that
you
was a
guys can go
mistake.
back.
Yeah,
So
like, that was a
we
mistake.
went last year. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this year.
Yeah, I'm really trying to. So I'm trying to get the CJ Stroud jersey. Um, I want the signature. Like I want his
Same.
rookie year autograph on that jersey. Yeah, like that's exactly what I want. Rookie year. I mean, I my favorite one was when I got DeAndre Hopkins signature on my hat. So that to me
D
was
Hop.
That's a
D
good
Hop.
question. Do you think he's coming back?
To Houston. No, I don't see it.
I don't see
I
it.
don't see it. I
I
think
wish, but
honestly, he's visiting the Titans this weekend. There's a good
He's
chance that
about
he
to go. He's
there.
about to go to New England soon.
yeah, I don't see him in New England because he got Bill O'Brien over there now, and the relationship with Bill O'Brien didn't end so well when they were here.
Mhm.
I don't see him going to New England. I do, however, see him staying with the Titans, and the reason why, Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel was here with the Texans when he was playing, and you have a lot of that relationship isn't sour though, and a lot of players want to play for Mike Vrabel. So
Again, Tennessee is where receivers go to die.
that is true,
Mhm.
or they leave to succeed somewhere else.
Mhm.
Outside of AJ Brown, no one is
Yeah,
known for success.
that's the only
And
person I was referencing.
they drafted AJ Brown and he left
Yeah,
because
Mhm.
I'm tired of being a blocker. I want to catch the ball.
I was gonna say Derek Mason went from Tennessee and won a Super Bowl in Baltimore, didn't
oh,
he?
that's right. He did. Derek Mason. That's right.
I mean, they didn't win because of him though. He was at the tail end of his career at that point.
I mean, still
Yeah.
it counts.
But he still counts as somebody that was in Tennessee and went and
And all because Kevin Dyson fell 1 yard short.
So yeah. What if Derrick Henry leaves?
Which I'm
and then
glad
gets
because
Super
you know
Bowl?
what? Where would Derrick Henry go though?
No, what's funny is I remember Sam brought it up, Mr. First Down, and then we called him crazy for it, and then they were actually they were trying to get rid of him during the offseason.
To the Eagles of all teams.
Right. I was like, are you kidding me? You're just making him even more powerful to begin with. Stop it. Stop giving these super teams more weapons.
So I know most people are 100% set on Dalvin Cook going to Miami, but there's still
Right.
you never know what could happen. But
Well, see,
there's still the
posted
chance that if he ends up going to Dallas for some reason, I'll be happy.
I don't see him going to Dallas, to be honest with
Why?
you. He
wants to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dalvin Cook wants to win. He's not going to Dallas, okay? Yeah. Good job, Rios. No, honestly, Miami is the destination where everybody was saying that. Like, it was
because he's from Miami. He's
like I posted the question.
Fan.
Yeah, like I posted the question when the rumors were. I think today was actually confirmed that he was released, right? But yesterday when I posted, "Hey, where's Dalvin Cook going?" Like majority of the comments that I put that I got were Miami, and I was like, it seems very logical that he would go to Miami. For Rios, I think mentioned that he grew up a Miami fan and he's from Miami, right? He said Rios,
Yep.
Yeah. So I could see that happening. So do you really do? You might think there's a possibility that he can go to the Cowboys, Alan?
I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's a guarantee or a big possibility, but if he were to go to Dallas, I think that would be a good fit for him. Because we don't know how healthy Pollard is right now. Really, I mean,
Mhm.
he seems like he's doing good. OTAs, he seems like he's, he hasn't missed a step. He's
Right.
running well and everything's going fine. But you put Dalvin Cook in that backfield with Tony Pollard. It's like having Zeke, but a much better Zeke back there. So it'd be kind of like that. So I think we could, if he were to come in and be back there, I think we could probably be on par with Philadelphia. Maybe not as good, but I think we could at least compete with them. I think we're going to split with them anyway this year because they seem like they struggle in Dallas and we struggle in Philly. So I think we'll still split with them.
Okay. Do you guys see yourselves at least getting if let's just say if the Eagles, and that's almost certain, Eagles win the division, do you see yourselves in like at least in second place? Wild card maybe?
Mm-hmm. I think we're the top wild card because I don't think there's anybody in the NFC that's ready to make that jump yet. You could say maybe Seattle's going to be up there. Maybe the Giants. The Giants might fall back a little bit as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see much from the Giants. Honestly, they don't seem too promising. And then Seattle, don't get me wrong, I was happy for Geno that he had the season that he had. It was like a rate.
But can he do it 2 years in a row?
Right? Can he keep that consistent?
And also the Rams are healthy, so they're going to be in it as well. So.
Right.
And and we don't know what the rest of the NFC is going to look like per se. So, for all we know, Chicago could be the final wild card team
with Justin Fields.
With Justin Fields. I think they could be the sleeper team this year. I think Chicago could be the sleeper team.
You know what? I'm inclined to agree with you on that one. I was like, you know what? Justin Fields
it seems like every year we pick our sleeper teams in each conference. For me, the sleeper teams are going to be Houston and Chicago this year.
Think so?
Because I think with CJ, I think Houston's going to be a lot more competitive, and they're going to be in a lot more games. And I feel like with how they've upgraded their offense in Chicago and all the pieces that they brought in, I think Chicago is going to be the same way.
I told the guys
that and Fields taking the next step because I think this is year to prove it. Otherwise, they do bad.
I mean, he's considered a top 5 quarterback in the NFC right now. So
I mean, in the NFC though, but y'all.
There's just nobody.
There's the quarterbacks, and
there's just nobody there. That's the point.
Yeah,
but he could.
Who do they put above him on the NFC? I'm assuming David.
I mean, Jalen's one. Yeah, definitely for sure.
Did they put Derek above him?
Derek, I think they have at 5. I think Derek Carr would probably be at 5. It's kind of hard. They're still throwing Matt Stafford in there, even though he's coming off an injury. Jared Goff kind of being thrown in there a little bit, because
talk about
because of the
NFC.
Right. I was gonna say, dang, dude, like you're naming all these names, and I'm like,
quarterbacks are in the AFC, and even Dak's still part of that conversation, which is he's like literally they have him like 3 behind Purdy and Jalen.
So the Eagles are winning the whole thing.
Because I mean,
so it's the Eagles
aside from
Dallas,
San Francisco, or Philly. Who else is in the NFC is going to potentially get to the NFC title game?
Rios, I was going to give the quote from Moneyball. So you got the Eagles, and then you got like crap, and then you got everybody else. Jeez, man. Yeah.
I was going to say, aside from those 3 teams, aside from Dallas, San Francisco, and Philadelphia, who else is going to be in there in the NFC title game?
Yeah.
No, you really can't decipher it.
Well, yeah, when you started naming the current NFC quarterbacks, I was like, God, that's sad. Like I just couldn't.
Because in our division probably has the best, because you have Jalen, you have Dak, you have Daniel Jones, and then Sam Howell, which I don't know how that's going to work. The North, you got Jared Goff, you got the guy I don't trust after 4 p.m., Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
After 1 p.m., honestly.
Jordan Love, who's taken over the reins in Green Bay. And then Justin Fields, who's probably going to take that next step this year.
Okay. I do have some high expectations for Justin Fields. There were some flashes that we saw this past season. Like he can move the ball down, like because they were saying that hey, he can't throw the ball or whatever. He wasn't really throwing the ball, but man, because we played
Whoa.
against them with the Texans, right? And we didn't see any of that. Like Davis Mills
They
actually
didn't
looked
need to.
okay in that game, huh?
We didn't need to. They didn't need to because
Yeah,
they ran for 280
right.
yards.
Yeah, and so, but towards some of the games that I watched, like I was like, okay, there's flashes for Justin Fields. So I was like, I was thinking that this season he, like you said, they're a sleeper team. I'm inclined to agree with you on that one. I think they can
Man.
actually get it done this season.
Yeah, now he has a legit number one in DJ Moore. Like before,
Right.
like his top receiver was Daryl Mooney, and Daryl Mooney should
Mhm.
not be the number one receiver on any team in the
No.
NFL. Like, let's be real.
So let's say if he could throw the ball, then at least he wasn't really getting much help to begin with anyway. So I could see why he didn't want to throw the ball.
And they helped, and they upgraded their offensive line too. So
Right. So that should be a big help for him. On our side of the ball, you chose us as one of the sleepers, and see, I told the guys I still see us going at least like 8 and 9. I don't see us, but I still see us going.
I said division winners. That's my bold take.
I think second in the division. I think second. Realistically speaking, I think second division. Real says, hey, Rios has been pretty good at predicting stuff. So if that happens, hey, I'm all on board. I am.
see our NFL draft stream if you want to
right.
see
Check
his
out
bold predicting in
exactly.
action.
Yeah, he's predicted a lot of stuff, and it happened. So hey, if the Texans win the division, I'm all for it. Like no complaints here.
We'll let Rios out of the retirement home for a day.
We'll take you out of the retirement home. We'll give it. We'll put him in the wheelchair that faces a nice part of the nursery home. Okay, like we'll give him like so he can see a tree or something. We'll do that. It's summer already. No. So
I thought it was winter. Come on.
I'm over here wearing sweaters for no reason. No.
No wonder I'm sweating.
It's
They keep it at like Siberian temperatures at the nursing homes. Jesus.
Yeah. Reels would know. No, and so so honestly, I see us, doing 8 and 9, but if we can do better, because there's going to be games that the Texans are going to win that are winnable games that they should have won, and then they're probably going to lose those. But there's going to be games that are like, oh wow, they're going to come as a shocker, like, oh wow, the Texans beat whoever. They're going to win games that they're not supposed to win, and they're going to lose games that they're not supposed to lose. To make it clear. And that's how I see the Texans doing this season.
That's just kind of how the NFL is in general.
Right.
You win games that you're not supposed to, and you lose games that you're supposed to win.
Or whatever the script says.
Whatever that script.
Yeah, exactly. And so honestly, I do feel optimistic with CJ. I do. I know that some people don't like.
I said this earlier. I was like, if y'all had CJ last year, y'all beat us. Like, I'm 100% believe in that because
and that was in that game right there that I didn't expect it. Rios and I were there at the stadium. We went along with my cousin. We didn't think it was going to be that close of a game. We thought
I was going to say if Jeff Driscoll didn't forget which way was left and which way was right, y'all probably would have won that game.
Yeah. That's what a lot of us say too. If Jeff Driscoll hadn't forgotten which way was right, left or right, that's a win. And then also Damian Pierce, that's his last game that he played throughout the season anyway. Yeah, he got hurt like at the I think what was it, the third quarter, fourth quarter? Third quarter. So you were out Damian Pierce for like the last quarter, and then and then the week after that we took the Chiefs to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Chiefs.
And then who lost us the game? Giraffe neck.
Davis Mills.
We should never see the field ever again.
And and now that this season, I've said this before, they've upgraded the O-line. Addition of Shaq Mason. We hopefully Caden Green steps it up more this season, which I think he will. You have Titus Howard. You have Laramie Tunsil, who just got signed, who got an extension, this season. And then we drafted Juice also, so I think he might be pretty good at center. So now you address some of those pieces that were missing that you need. That's why I was so adamant whenever they started adding pieces to the O-line. To me, I was like, oh, they're going to draft the quarterback in the draft. Once they started doing those moves to the O-line weeks before, I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely going to be a quarterback. Like, there's no way, because you don't just start adding pieces like that,
For
to
Davis Mills.
for Davis Mills. That you just don't. Then you got Singletary backing up Damian Pierce also, so that gives him a break because as of last year we were like overusing him, running him for nothing almost, So
And
he's got
then
back.
there was the Rex Burkhead show, and oh my god.
Yeah, thank God he's not going to be there anymore. And so there's that. There's so
the last remnants of the Bill O'Brien era.
right,
Rex
and
Burkett.
exactly. And then you had how do you call it? Now you got John Mechie coming back. You got Tank Dell. You got was it who did you say, Humphreys or Hutchinson?
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson. Thank you.
Schultz.
Like Schultz, yeah. And then my how do you call it? Bobby Slovak. If he does anything they did like in the 49ers, that's a very QB friendly offense that he's running anyway. So
If you could have Pierce looking like McCaffrey, man, watch out.
That's what I'm saying. So like now you have something there where you can build around CJ. Like I'm 100% sure if CJ Stroud is going to be week 1 starter. Like there's no other way around it. I don't see him. Just like like I think the Panthers announced, Bryce Young is already like taking first team reps. Yeah, no kidding.
We knew that was going to happen.
We knew. So it's going to happen with us too.
I mean, if you're coming out as a quarterback and you take Georgia to the limit, you're definitely going to be a number 1. I'm sorry. Exactly. I don't know why people weren't as high on him coming out this year because did you see him play against Georgia? Yeah. He's the one quarterback that I've seen pick apart that Georgia defense the way that he did. I haven't seen anybody else do that since
missing his top,
the last couple years.
Missing his top 3 targets, really.
Missing Marvin Harrison, didn't have JSN for the whole year.
And then they lost their tight end that game also. Like,
and then he showed because he stays in the pocket a lot, but he also shows some mobility. Like he showed that he can throw on the run. He showed that he can move around. Like he can extend the
for the goddamn kicker.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Would have won that game.
Yeah. And so
missed field goal from a national championship. Like,
yeah. So honestly, they would
have won against TCU Georgia. Easily.
Yeah. So I feel confident in this Texans team, and then the defense. Don't even get me started on the defense. The defense, you got.
They were borderline top 10 with no names on the team. Not last season,
and
easily top 10.
Yeah, and so now one of the things that we were worried about last season was Derek Stingley wasn't playing to his full potential. He was playing the Tampa 2 defense, which is not his natural. Game. Yeah, it's not his game. Now you got D'Amico running the show in the defense, and so that honestly. I feel confident that this defense next year could be a top 3 defense. In my opinion, next season. Agree. So we'll see what happens from there. Yeah. All right, Alan. I know you gotta start going out. But LT says good evening. What's up, LT? Thank you for joining us today. But Alan, thank you for joining us today on the show. Yeah. We appreciate you. Watching our show and just hanging out with us today.
Thank you for having me for sure.
No problem. Rangers suck. Cowboys suck. But
the feeling's mutual in some cases.
You feel the same way about the Rangers and the Cowboys?
Until this year with Texas. Texas is they're almost at their win total from last year, which is insane. So I got to give them credit for that. But yeah, the Cowboys drive me to drink. So it's like, it's insanity.
You need a reason? Amateur
loser. I'm kidding. All right, bro. Well, again, thanks again for joining us. Please follow Alan on his Twitter account at Peralez 30. Follow him up. Great guy, awesome dude, and of course, let our followers know about your show.
So there's a couple things I do weekly. Sunday got the vlog show. We're going to be talking AFL NFL merger on Sunday, so that'll be something kind of to dive into. Got our baseball show on Tuesday with me, Scott Cobe, and Jonathan Grishman. That's on at Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you're a big baseball fan and like watching a bunch of guys ramble for 2.5 hours, you can definitely check that out. So and then whatever else Dan wants me to do, usually I'll have a show on Wednesday and some other stuff here and there. I do have a guest spot tomorrow. I can't quite remember what it is, but I do have a guest spot tomorrow morning.
All right.
So
all good. Yeah, check out Alan. This is all through the Let's Talk Sports Network. So, again, big shout out to Dan. Big shout out to the Hardcore Sports Network, Mitch. Thank you, sir. And of course, the Sideline Sports. We appreciate the partnership, y'all. All right, that's gonna be it for us today. We'll see y'all Monday.
On my birthday. For my birthday.
Oh yeah, Rios' birthday. He's turning 99. So
99.
yeah. All right, y'all. We'll have his Cash App and his Venmo in case anybody wants to buy him a shot. All right, y'all.
Oh,
We'll see.
please bless it.
Either that or an adult diaper, one of the two.
One of those, whichever comes first. All right, y'all.
Preferably the shot.
Preferably the shot.
Yeah. All right. No, but then it's gonna go right through him. So then this one we need the diapers. There you go.
That's the nurse's job. Don't worry about that.
That's the nurse's job.
That's why you pay her for. All right, y'all. Thanks again. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all Monday. Peace out. See y'all later.